computer is working me off today. My, oh my. Amongst other things. God is great is in the house. Chuck the Sports Cards is here. Chuck and God is great. Sorry for the delay today. I'll plead the 7th on computer problems. Believe it or not, I've been sitting here for over 3 hours trying to get my computer to work right. Sometimes the devil's in the detail. But other than that, we're here. Don, how are you doing? Computer problems? Oh, yeah. My Macintosh computer was not cooperating with me today at all. So that's the reason for my tardiness. All right, let me see what we got here so far. Okay, 509 was the kicker. We got 510, we got 511. As soon as we hit 512, the early entries will be done. The early entries will be done. I don't know when that's going to come up, but we got 2 computers working halfway decent. Pray over the computer. I know. We shouldn't put our things on worldly things, though. But I was sitting here praying and trying to get it to work, While I was doing that and stuff, I was playing with the camera, trying to regroup it. At least I can get the whole full page on here now. So I will go through and we'll get through this as soon as I get my entries in here. We're still looking at the first one at 5. God is great. All right, we got God is great, Locken, and Chuck Dupree for the early birds. Not bad. God is great, Chuck Dupree, and Locken 99. Those are 3 easy ones. So let me get your entries here. We are standing strong at 125. But we'll see after we get today's in here now. Get rid of that. If I get January, yeah, 138. 12 away, we're going to be close, that's for sure. With 6 entries. We got, hold on. Chuck Dupree, God is great, and Locken 99. Let me get, oh wait, no, we can go right up there. I can get all 3 copied and, if I do it right. Right, that should give us 144 entries here. Let me double check here. Got Boomslang's video, got Kevin's video from the January packages so far. If anybody else has done a video, go back to your video and put my name in it. So when I do a search for my name, it shows up on mentions or whatever they call those things. Right, get those in there. We are at 144 now. 6 entries away. 6 entries away. 6 entries away from our next prize. So far we got 5 prizes, 6 more entries, and we'll have 6 prizes for the month of July. Of course, next Tuesday, 1 week from today, will be when we'll be back on track. Hope I get my computer up and running here because I got to do some eBay orders tonight. Kevin's Models and More's in the house. How you doing there, Kevin? Dun, 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 dun. Sorry I'm running late today. I came to prime time by accident. I've been working on getting my computer back and operational for about 3 hours. Sitting here, ready to do this set review for 2021 Mosaic. Mosaic, the complete set review. Crossover Paranormal is here. How you doing there, Crossover Paranormal? And Kevin. I think that puts us... Yeah. So we got 6 entries away from 6 prizes on the wheel this month. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Yeah, I know I'm different too. I was thinking, oh, I'll be different. I'll be on time. I'll be doing good. Have a collar shirt on instead of a polo shirt or a t-shirt. And lo and behold, it doesn't work good. It did not work. I was like, oh my word. What a pain in the keister. But we're here now. Better late than never. That's what some people always say. Scott Rowland elected to the Hall of Fame. Oh, boom. So Lockin, who do we got so far this year? Just one? Is it just Scott Rowland? Is he the only one? Or I think they chose somebody else from the veterans group, isn't it? Can't remember for sure. I'll have to look up on the Hall of Fame site if I need to. Find out for sure. But thank you there, Jason, for Scott Rowland going in. Just Scott Rowland. It's 10:12 in the morning. Yeah, I know. It's 5:15 here. Just Rowland. Okay, Rowland, Scott Rowland, and Fred McGriff, right? Scott Rowland and Fred McGriff are going to be the only two in 2023. Fred McGriff. Snoop Dogg, right? Now I have to start putting some Scott Rowland cards aside too, right? Oh, where'd that go? Dun, 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 dun. Scott Rowland. Because usually by the end, around the end of January, they're done with any old timers, veterans, stuff like that. Scott Rowland was just on the list to try and make it into the Hall of Fame, right? Rowland deserves it less than Baines did. Oh, there you go, Chuck. It's a shame that the Hall of Fame is handing out participation trophies now. Yeah, well, sometimes they have a bad choice of how they have to do things, but there are rules to be followed in the annals of baseball. So Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland. Well, at least I haven't gotten to the M's yet, and haven't gotten to the R's yet. So I'm good to go. I just need to update my Hall of Famer list for class of 2023. So those will be the only. So they're done with any other type of voting, right? Am I correct in saying that at least? We'll go in about a minute here, 5:20 when we hit it. I'm going to start going through this set. I won't do the card numbers, but I'll tell you each card as we go through. And then if we get to it, we'll see in a decent time. I'll show you the subsets for the 2021 Panini Mosaic. Matt Noakes. It's going to happen. Matt Noakes. Billy Wagner is close and has 2 years left on the ballot. Okay, Billy Wagner. He'd be a nice one to make it into the Hall of Fame, too. Don't forget to Hulk smash, or Wolverine slash, or Shohei Ohtani strike the like button. Thummies up for me. Oh, that's right. Don't forget, thummies up, thummies up, thummies up for me. We got 3 thumbs up so far. We're on a roll here. We're on 3 thumbs up. 4 thummies up now. 5 people watching. I think we're doing pretty good there. Can't complain. Wouldn't do any good. We only got what we got for viewers. All right. It is 5:20, so I'm going to get ready to rock and roll here, and we'll talk about what we got going on the channel the rest of the week. And you'll kind of see I did a little slight redesign here. I tried to figure out a way, how can I get most effect out of the binder? And then if I do need to down the road where we have the double binders, I think I've got enough room here now to, yeah, because I can always move my little picture right here out of the way if I need to make room for the back side of a binder page when I open up and you want to look at the backs like these. Matter of fact, why don't I take care of that right now real quick. I'll just make myself a little bit smaller so I'm here in the window, but you can see me. You don't want to see me anyway, you want to see the cards. Alright, so if you're on a big screen TV, you probably get the best viewing feature with seeing the cards there, but I will shift them back over here. Or actually, I'll go over so I can get most of the page there. Then we'll be good to go. All right, you can see my old signage in the back there. I'm using that. That'll work for now. National Baseball Hall of Fame, Don Blomdahl, Hall of Fame Veterans, Sports Cards and Collectibles, Arlington, Washington. That's one of my original signs I used to make. Let me move this out of the way real quick. And you'll see that's where my regular break table is. I'm going to try and figure out how to do that and get that little part of the break mat there over there, or figure out, I mean, for the most part, I only need it to go here, so I could almost drape it down the back there and run the break mat this way, but I'd have to redesign the whole thing and clean it up, so I'll probably just leave it the way it is for now. So that when we're not doing it, or we can have different cards sitting here if we need to. I moved everything that was behind here, my specialized baseballs and such, some of my Griffey cards and some of my other cards I had in the background there, but they were getting all dusty. I had to dust them off and clean them up. So for now, we'll leave it kind of like this here. And I'll point to each card as they go through each one. And let's go through these pages and zip through this set. Again, this is 2021 Mosaic. Actually, just let me do one more refresh here around the boat. That way I'll know, and I'll check and see if I make sure I don't miss any of the chatting here. And I will try and poke up after each page real quick. So let me see real quick. Where are we here? 10, 12 here. Got most of that. Roland and McGriff. Helton just missed. Roland deserves it. Anybody in there? Kevin's holding out for Matt Noakes. Billy Wagner's close. 2 years left to try. Okay, got that one. A few people. It's like a few people call the Hall of Fame good enough. Laugh out loud. And Jeff Kent is now off the ballot. Jeff Kent is now off the ballot. Oh no. Kent deserves it more than Roland. All right. So we got all the chats up to date. Let's get in here now, 15 minutes into the stream. We got the very first card in the set is a Seattle Mariner, believe it or not. That don't happen too often. But we got J.P. Crawford there. We got Trey Mancini with Baltimore. We got Rhys Hoskins with Philadelphia. We got Brandon Woodruff with Milwaukee. Roberto Alomar with the Cleveland Indians. And Chris Sale with Boston. Andrew Benintendi down on the bottom here, Kansas City. Antonio Senzatella with Colorado. And Mike Yastrzemski with Sounds like my wife's vacuum cleaning. She's probably wondering what's taking me so long, waiting until I tell her what happened. Usually I get the vacuum. Well, she probably changed the bag too. Man, I hate when she does that. That's my job. She's not supposed to be doing that. She still has waiting on her heart surgery. But yeah, if you want any of these cards to be pulled out so you can see a little bit closer shot, just type the name in there. Hopefully I haven't gone too far past. I don't want to go too many pages backwards. But you have these here, and then you have the back sides of the cards. I can go just a hair. There we go. We can get most of the cards. So you see these are kind of unique because you have them on the front here where they're laid out. And then on the back, you got a small little mosaic emblem type shot there, because the mosaic is a kind of like a pentagon, not pentagon, pentagon's 8, a five-sided type mosaic symbol. That's what they did for their photograph on the back page also. I don't think it's the same as, is it the same pose? Guess it is the same pose, just a bigger picture of it. I think it's the same pose, except a bigger picture of it. Because you got Chris Sale there, Roberto Alomar with, yeah. Looks like they just put a picture on the front, a picture on the back. All right, next we got Albert Pujols with the LA, Lucas Giolito with Chicago, Mitch Haniger with the Seattle Mariners, Kwang Hyun Kim with St. Louis, Whit Merrifield with Kansas City, and Josh Bell with Washington, J.D. Martinez with Boston, Brian Reynolds with Pittsburgh, and Zach Gallen with Arizona. Shout out to Kevin. Try and shout out a few channels here as we get their players. Charlie Blackmon with Colorado, Tim Anderson with Chicago White Sox. Shout out to Chuck. Buster Posey with San Francisco, Cards in My Car with R. Posada. Trey Turner with Washington Nationals. Dansby Swanson with Atlanta Braves. Shout out to Lebine Times. Merrill Kelly with Arizona, Kevin's Models and More. Randy Arozarena, Tampa Bay. Shout out to MP and MC Fox. Rowdy Tellez with Toronto. Blue Jays. Shout out to Jays Mix. Early Wynn, Hall of Famer, with the Cleveland Indians. Shout out to Robert Hain. Then we got Max Muncy with the Dodgers. Frank Thomas, Hall of Famer for the White Sox. Shout out to Chuck. Matt Olson with Oakland. Gourmet Bricks. Ivan Pudge Rodriguez, Hall of Famer with Texas Rangers. Clayton Kershaw with the Dodgers. Josh Donaldson with the Twins. Shout out to MP Fox. Nolan Arenado with the St. Louis Cardinals. Dustin May with Los Angeles. Justice Sheffield with Seattle. Blake Snell with San Diego. The Chicago's Ian Happ. I believe that's the Cubbies, not the White Sox. Austin Meadows with Tampa Bay Rays. Aaron Nola, Philadelphia. Mike Mussina, Hall of Famer with New York. Dominic Smith with New York. Keston Hiura with the Milwaukee Brewers. I'll just shorten it and say the city. Evan Longoria, San Francisco. Michael Conforto with the Mets. New York, sorry. Houston. Yordan Alvarez, Christian Yelich with Milwaukee, Joey Votto with Cincinnati Reds for Faith, Family, and Sports, Starling Marte with Miami, Zach Wheeler with Philadelphia, Anthony Rendon with Los Angeles, Wilson Contreras with Chicago, Freddie Freeman with Atlanta, Yu Darvish with San Diego. Shout out to Kevin's Models More for his Padres. Kansas City, Hanser Alberto for Lock and 99. Walker Buehler, LA. Noah Syndergaard, New York. Max Kepler, Minnesota. Cody Bellinger, LA. Lou Bob, Chicago White Sox. Shout out to Chuck. Maikel Franco with Baltimore. Kyle Lewis with the Seattle Mariners. Now on the Arizona Diamondbacks, I believe, right? Kevin. Isaiah Kiner, Palefa. By the way, if you want any Kyle Lewis cards, just let me know. I think I have a couple. Isaac Kiner, Palefa with Texas. Ozzie Albies with Atlanta. Ketel Marte with Arizona. Rafael Devers with Houston. Jesse Winker with Cincinnati. I'll just say what team they're with on their card here. David Fletcher with LA. Chicago. Chris Bryant. Trevor Bauer, LA. Austin Hayes, Baltimore. Miguel Rojas with Miami. We're up to card 72 so far. It's a 289 card set, in case you're wondering. All right, Luke Voigt with New York. DJ LeMahieu with New York. Bryce Harper with Philadelphia. Cal Ripken Jr. with Baltimore, Hall of Famer. Jose Abreu, Chicago. Vladimir Guerrero, Toronto. New York. Aroldis Chapman, the Yankees. Cleveland Indians still. In 2022, they changed to the Guardians. So if I ever get a Mosaic 22 set, then I'll maybe have them on the right team. But Shane Bieber with Cleveland. And Joey Wendell with Tampa Bay. All right. Anthony Santander with Baltimore. Framber Valdez with Houston. Kyle Tucker with Houston. Kenta Maeda with Minnesota. Jesus Luzardo with Oakland. Garrett Cole with New York. Marcus Semien, Toronto. Dinelson Lamet with San Diego. And Sandy Alcantara with Miami. That puts us to card 90, 1/3 of the way through the set. Trent Grisham, San Diego. Michael Brantley, Houston. Marco Gonzalez, Seattle Mariners. Byron Buxton, Minnesota. Chris Bassett with Oakland. Colin Moran with Pittsburgh. Jacob deGrom with New York. Aristides Aquino with Cincinnati. And Sonny Gray with Cincinnati. Kyle Freeland, Colorado. Francisco Lindor, New York. Nomar Mazara, Detroit. Mike Trout for LA. Nick Solak with Texas. Zach Plesac with Cleveland. Al Kaline, Hall of Famer with Detroit. Carlos Correa, Houston. And Jose Altuve, Houston. Ronald Acuna Jr., Atlanta. Xander Bogaerts, Boston. Will Smith, LA. Justin Verlander, Houston. Juan Soto, Washington. Eric Gonzalez, Pittsburgh. James Karnacek, Cleveland. Didi Gregorius, Philadelphia. Miguel Cabrera with Detroit. Guy Giancarlo Stanton with New York. Brad Keller, Kansas City. Pete Alonso, New York. Dallas Keuchel, Chicago. David Peralta, Arizona. Fernando Tatis Jr. with San Diego. Max Fried with Atlanta. Still got 4 people watching. 5 thumbs up. Mauricio Dubon with San Francisco. And Max Scherzer with Washington. All right. Armin Marquez with Colorado. Jorge Polanco with Minnesota. Adalberto Mondesi with Kansas City. Brandon Crawford with San Francisco. Sorry, I'm throwing an accent in there, just to see if anybody's paying attention. John Means with Baltimore. Jeff McNeil, New York. Dylan Bundy, LA. Ramon Laureano, Oakland. Aaron Judge, New York Yankees. They got a nice little article in the New Beckett that I might share in the not so distant future. AJ Puck, Oakland. Kansas City's Salvador Perez. Gleyber Torres, New York. Will Myers, San Diego. Madison Bumgarner, Arizona. Chris Paddock, San Diego. George Springer, Toronto. Manny Machado, San Diego. And Mookie Betts, LA. All right, we've got Willie Stargell, Hall of Famer, Pittsburgh. Josh Hader, Milwaukee. Javier Baez, Chicago. Adam Wainwright, St. Louis. Mike Soroka, Atlanta. Tommy Edman, St. Louis. Paul Goldschmidt, St. Louis. Donovan Solano, San Francisco. And Alex Bregman, Houston. That put us through card 153, more than halfway through the set. Nick Ahmed, Arizona. Jim Thome, Hall of Famer with Cleveland. Joey Gallo, Texas. Emir Candelario with Detroit. Willie Castro, Detroit. Luis Severino, New York. Bo Bichette, Toronto. Ramiel Tapia, Colorado. Ken Griffey Jr. for the Seattle Mariners. Gotta do it that way for my own team. Kyle Hendricks, Chicago. Luis Castillo, Cincinnati. Kyle Seager, Seattle. Retired now. Steven Strasburg, Washington. George Brett, Hall of Famer, Kansas City. Oh yeah, by the way, on a side note, Felix Hernandez is getting inducted into the Seattle Mariners Hall of Fame this summer. Boy, it'd be nice to try and go to that game if I can. That'll be a fun event. But Eugenio Suarez, Cincinnati. Corbin Burns, Milwaukee. Jack Flaherty, St. Louis. And Kevin Gausman, San Francisco. I got to get a schedule for this year coming up as soon as they put them out. Sean Murphy, Oakland. Nick Castellanos, Cincinnati. Vladimir Guerrero, Hall of Famer, Montreal. And spring training is going to be here before you know it. Brandon Lowe with Tampa Bay. Jack Morris, Hall of Famer, Minnesota. Shogo Akiyama, Cincinnati Reds. Hyunjin Ryu, Toronto. Shohei Ohtani, LA. And Anthony Rizzo, Chicago. Tyler Glasnow, Tampa Bay. Spencer Turnbull, Detroit. Ryan Zimmerman, Washington. Jose Barrios, Minnesota. JT Realmuto, Philadelphia. Eduardo Rodriguez, Boston. Marcel Ozuna, Atlanta. Jose Ramirez, Cleveland. St. Louis Cardinals, Yadier Molina. Then Cedric Mullins, Baltimore. Kevin Biggio, Toronto. Nelson Cruz, Minnesota. Eloy Jimenez, Chicago. Devin Williams, Milwaukee. Trevor Story, Colorado. Brian Anderson, Miami. Willie Adames, Tampa Bay. And Corey Seager, LA. That gets us to 198. Then by the way, there are some spattered rookies through here, but as soon as we get to card number 200, 201 to 289 are all rookies, just so you know. All right. So Pablo Lopez, Miami. Alex Verdugo, Boston. William Contreras, rookie card. So I know I missed saying what some of these rookies were because I almost forgot that 201 through 289 are all rookies. So you'll recognize them as all rookies. But it is not the only ones. Let's see if I can go through real quick and point out some of the other rookies I know that were in here. Or maybe they just put all the rookies at the end. I thought I saw some rookies in here. I guess maybe I was wrong. Maybe they did put all the rookies at the end. I guess I spaced that out. So 201 to 289. Yeah, I think so. Because they had the rookie emblem generally on the other side. I'll show you when we get in here. Oh yeah, so none of these were rookies in here. Yeah, so all the rookies are from 201, William Contreras to the end, in case you're wondering. I know there's two Seattle Mariners right at the end there where they got in the rookie cut. But Sixto Sanchez, Miami, rookie. Edward Olivares, Kansas City. Braxton Garrett, Miami. Sam Huff, Texas. Jonathan Stever, Chicago. And Spencer Howard, Philadelphia. Anybody still here? It says there's 5 viewers just hanging out. You just listened to me go through it. Evan White with the Seattle Mariners. Anderson Tejada, Texas. Andy Young, Arizona. Zach McKinstry, LA. Joey Bart, San Francisco. Sherton Apostel, Texas. Daniel Johnson, Cleveland. Devi Garcia, New York. Tyler Stevenson, Cincinnati. Lewin Diaz, Miami. Will Crow, Pittsburgh. Leody Taveras, Texas. Alec Baum, Philadelphia. Daz Cameron, Detroit. Dane Dunning, Texas. Shane McClanahan, Tampa Bay. Isaac Paredes, Detroit. And Chris Bubik, Kansas City. Brent Rooker, Minnesota. Dylan Carlson, St. Louis. Casey Mize, Detroit. Luis Gonzalez, Chicago. Christian Pache, Atlanta. Adonis Medina, Philadelphia. Mickey Moniak, Philadelphia. Jorge Mateo, San Diego. Nate Pearson, Toronto. All right, and then we've got Dean Kremer, Baltimore. Rafael Marchand, Philadelphia. Trevor Rogers, Miami. Dalton Varsho, Arizona. Keegan Akin, Baltimore. Tucker Davidson, Atlanta. Bobby Dalbeck, Boston. Ke'Bryan Hayes, Pittsburgh. And Jazz Chisholm, Miami. Nick Madrigal, Chicago. Ryan Mountcastle, Baltimore. Tarek Skubal, Detroit. Estevan Florial, New York. Luis Camposano, San Diego. Luis Garcia, Washington. Jake Cronenworth, San Diego. Koei Ahara, Texas. And Alex Krylov, Minnesota. And then we've got, next on the page here, Jose Garcia, Cincinnati. Jake Oliva, Pittsburgh. Christian Javier, Houston. David Peterson, New York. Garrett Cratchit, Chicago. Hae-Sung Kim, San Diego. Luis Patino, Tampa Bay. Monty Harrison, Miami. And Brady Singer, Kansas City. I think we've got a couple pages to go. Then we'll get into the subsets. Ryan Weathers, San Diego. Josh Fleming, Tampa Bay. Atlanta, Ian Anderson. Jesus Sanchez, with Atlanta, sorry. Jesus Sanchez with Miami. Clark Schmidt with New York. Alejandro Kirk, Toronto. Tanner Hook, Houston. Ryan Jeffers, Minnesota. And Joe Adele, Los Angeles. Next we've got Jahmai Jones, Baltimore. Travis Blankenhorn, Minnesota. Pavin Smith, Arizona. Braylon Marquez, Chicago. Nick Neidert, Miami. Tristan McKenzie, Cleveland Indians. Andres Jimenez, Cleveland. Keibert Ruiz, LA. And Dalton Jeffries, Oakland. All right, next to last page here. Drew Rasmussen, Milwaukee. Jonathan India, Cincinnati. Taylor Trammell with the Seattle Mariners. Andrew Vaughn, Chicago. Daniel Lynch, Kansas City. Trevor Lanark, Minnesota. Jared Kelnick, Seattle Mariners. Logan Gilbert, Seattle Mariners. That was like 3 Seattle Mariners on 2 pages. Where'd the other one go? Come on, I saw it. Oh, yeah. But Jared, Logan. Was it 3 pages? 3 on 3 pages. There we go. I think so. It was back here. Wasn't it? I've just been going through so fast, I spaced it out. And Alek Manoah with Toronto is 88. And then 89, Yermain Martinez, Chicago. Then we get into some of the subsets here. We'll just won't belabor and take too long, but each one of these are complete sets of the subsets. I'm still working on seeing if I can try and finish some of the other ones. So if I do, then I'll have a complete set, and then we'll see how many I've got. I've got a few in. So Thursday we're going to do a throwback Thursday, and I'm going to do the Panini 2021 Panini Mosaic Prism set. I do have a complete base set of the Prism cards now, along with some spattered short print Prisms that I do have in that set also. So that'll be a nice, shiny, colorful one to see. I'll be going like this so you can see the shininess. I mean, both these are shiny. These are all shiny, shiny, shiny cards. Not so much the backs. A little bit of shininess, but the fronts are the shiny, shiny parts. But we've got all-time greats. All right, we got Sandy Koufax with LA. And then we've got Pedro Martinez with Boston. We got Ichiro with Seattle. We got Mike Piazza. And they're not necessarily all Hall of Famers, but there are Hall of Famers and star players mixed in here. Mike Piazza, New York. I know that's what they got him depicted here. I know Willie McCovey, San Francisco. Ryan Sandberg, Chicago. Ken Griffey Jr., Seattle Mariners, along with Ichiro, Seattle Mariners. Kirby Puckett with Minnesota. And then we've got Nolan Ryan with Texas. Larry Doby with Cleveland. And then we've got Alex Rodriguez with New York. Alex Rodriguez was with the Mariners early on when he started his career. And then our next subset we've got is Eyes on the Prize. Phil Rizzuto with New York. Whitey Ford with New York. Catfish Hunter with Oakland. Sandy Koufax with LA. Cody Bellinger with LA. And Juan Soto with Washington. Then we've got Chris Sale with Houston. Or no, Boston, I'm sorry. Jose Altuve with Houston. Chris Bryant with Chicago. Salvador Perez with Kansas City. Sorry, I'm sliding my mat off here. Buster Posey with San Francisco. And David Ortiz with Boston. Okay, that ends the Eyes on the Prize. And next we have the Field Vision cards. Roberto Alomar, Cleveland. And then we've got Tim Anderson. These are smaller to read. Chicago. Javier Baez, Chicago. Right? I think that's Chicago, isn't it? Yeah. It's so hard to see at this angle. I'd almost want to move it, but then I'll block my computer screen. Greg Maddux. Think he's with Atlanta there, Greg Maddux. Ozzie Smith, St. Louis, and Bill Mazeroski, Pittsburgh, Jose Altuve, Houston, Johnny Bench, Cincinnati, Brooks Robinson is Baltimore, Nolan Arenado, St. Louis, Manny Machado, San Diego, and Francisco Lindor is New York for field vision. Then next we've got the hot sauce. Can't remember if I think hot sauce has 9 cards. I don't think that. Maybe it was just 6 hot sauce cards. But we've got a prism in here. That's one. Oh, that's right, because I didn't have a base, so I put the prism in here. I should see if I have a Mike Trout base. I wonder if I sold it by accident. But I'll have to double check that one. Let me slide that out so I remember to check on that. See if I have the base one. Now, when I finished, I think I put this set together before I sorted all my cards. All right. So, but yeah, Mike Trout, Francisco Lindor with New York, Bryce Harper with Philadelphia, Mookie Betts with LA, Fernando Tatis Jr., San Diego, and Ronald Acuna Jr. with Atlanta. I'm going to leave it in here for now. But I'll remember to fix that later. Here, actually, I'll put it down here, so I'll purposely have it out of place. And then I'll say, oh yeah, that's why I remember. This one's the Prism version. All right, and then we have next is International Men of Mastery. The way I put the sets in order, I put them in order by subset name alphabetical. So that's why we're up to the International Men of Mastery. Hae-Sing Kim from South Korea, and they say what country they're from, so I'll just do it that way. International Men of Mastery. Koei Ohara with Japan. Ichiro, Japan. Max Kepler, Germany. Miguel Cabrera, Venezuela. Wander Franco, Dominican Republic. Jason Dominguez, Dominican Republic. Joey Votto, Canada. And Yoki Cespedes, Cuba. Along with, there's more, Ronald Acuna Jr., Venezuela. Xander Bogaerts, Aruba. Yadier Molina, Puerto Rico. Didi Gregorius, the Netherlands. Jazz Chisholm, the Bahamas. And Liam Hendricks, Australia. Then next we go into introductions. It's an introduction subset. Spencer Torkelson with Detroit. Andrew Vaughn with Chicago. Bobby Witt Jr. with Kansas City. Mackenzie Gore, San Diego. Jared Kelenic, Seattle Mariners. Alfred Rutschman, Baltimore. Drew Waters, Atlanta. Austin Martin, Toronto. Matthew Liberatore, St. Louis. Tristan Casas, Boston. Francis Alvarez, New York. And Kristen Robinson, Arizona. All right, after that, oh, I got another one in here too, see? The Launched. I think close to the subsets or not. I'll have to check my master list up there and see. I didn't realize I had some of the mosaics or the prisms in here. I should just leave. I'm going to take these prisms out of here because they should not be here. Let me grab that Trout out now too so I don't forget. That way I'll put them in the right binders. You get the Trout hot sauce also. I'm going to put those in the right binder for now. All right, so now as far as our launch set, oh, this is the first one in this one too, huh? Launch number 1. All right, Aaron Judge, New York. Nelson Cruz, Minnesota. Alex Bregman, Houston. Reese Hoskins, Philadelphia. Frank Thomas, Chicago, Hall of Famer. Starling Marte, Miami. And Kyle Lewis with the Seattle Mariners. Now with the Arizona Diamondbacks. All right. And then next, after launched, we have Locked In. We have Trevor Bauer, LA, Shane Bieber, Cleveland, and Jose Abreu, Chicago, Freddie Freeman, Atlanta, DJ LeMahieu, New York, and Yu Darvish, San Diego. Okay, I believe I have the whole launch set. Oh, except for the very first. Oh, no, I have the whole Locked In set. Launched and Locked In. I keep forgetting they're two different ones. Next, we do with the rookie debut cards. So these are all debut rookie cards. Joe Adele with LA, Christian Pache with Atlanta, Joey Bart with San Francisco, Dylan Carlson, St. Louis, Alex Krylov, Minnesota, Sixto Sanchez, Miami, Ian Anderson, Atlanta, Braylon Marquez, Chicago, Nate Pearson, Toronto, Ke'Bryan Hayes, Pittsburgh, Louis Patino, Tampa Bay, and Tarek Skubal, Detroit. Okay. Then next, we have a few more rookie debuts, and then it gets into Stairmasters. So rookie debut here, Casey Mize, Detroit, Tristan McKenzie, Cleveland, Jake Cronenworth, San Diego, Nick Madrigal, Chicago, Ryan Mountcastle, Baltimore, and Bobby Dalbec, Boston. Evan White with the Seattle Mariners, and Alec Baum with the Philadelphia Phillies. Next, we have the Stairmasters. We have Jacob deGrom with New York. We've got Garrett Cole with New York, Max Scherzer with Washington, Trevor Bauer, Los Angeles, Shane Bieber, Cleveland, Clayton Kershaw, LA, Hyun-Jin Ryu, Toronto, Aroldis Chapman, New York, Trevor Hoffman, San Diego, and Mariano Rivera. For New York. Drawing a blank what I was thinking there. Didn't know what I was thinking for a second. All right. Oh, I think that's what I did on this one. Okay. So, Stairmasters, Lucas Giolito, Chicago, Pedro Martinez, Boston, Randy Johnson, Arizona, Nate Pearson, Toronto, Casey Mize, Detroit. And then we have the 5-tool guys, the V-tool, Lewis Robert, Chicago, Ronald Acuna Jr., Atlanta, Ricky Henderson, Oakland, Mike Trout, Los Angeles. So they have the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Los Angeles Angels. Interesting. I thought they were the California Angels before. They're always twisting things around all the time. Brian Harper, Philadelphia. Fernando Tatis Jr., San Diego. Ken Griffey Jr., Seattle Mariners, and Los Angeles Mookie Betts. So see, I did have some prisms I put on the end here. So let's put the launched here for now. The launched. And the Trout. I know the In It to Win It's are just that much harder to find. They're really short prints, but they're not serialized cards because they kind of mix the color up on the background here, but it is a prism. It's a red prism. So I think the red prism on the back means it's a shorter print than the regular ones. Yeah, didn't we have some launched already? I think we had, oh no, I don't think there was many launched at the time when I put these. Got introductions. Oh, there's the launched. Yeah. So there we go. And then we've got the hot sauce. The Pete Alonso New York launched. The In It to Win It launched. But this one's, I'm trying to remember, they have a name for this one. Is this the, they got a name for it. I know they got a name for it. And this is a gold. But this one's not serialized. Then yeah, I did mix these two, didn't I? These two, I'll have to check these out too. The Wade Boggs, the Robin Yount. But then we go into these few prisms that were mixed in there. Then we've got the vintage. The vintage Jim Rice with Boston, George Kell with Detroit, Gary Carter with New York, Eddie Matthews with Milwaukee, Wade Boggs with Boston, Robin Roberts with Philadelphia, Duke Snider with LA, Lou Brock with St. Louis, Bruce Sutter with Chicago. And our last page to end the set. Like I said, I just had mostly complete sets of the ones for, what do you call it? You get different inserts in the different types. You got retail, you got hobby, you got different types of hobby boxes too. It was just so mind-boggling how many cards I ended up with last year with different boxes and a case. So if you're ever looking for any Mosaic cards, you will see some on eBay eventually. When I finish organizing them still, they're still unorganized, not totally put in order, not totally separated, but I gotta even double check and see if I need some more of these pieces of the incomplete sets I have here. And they sometimes do, like Jim Rice, I know is a Hall of Famer. You'll see they put the Hall of Fame symbols on the back. Wade Boggs, I don't know why he don't have a Hall of Fame symbol on the back of his. We got Newhouser, Blyleven, Minnesota, Bob Feller, Cleveland, Phil Necro, Atlanta, Monty Irvin, New York, and Sandy Koufax, Los Angeles. So there we go. We had the two greens there. Let me get these. These go in the other binder and then I'll fill in the blanks. I think I left spaces where I don't have the rest of the complete sets here, but eventually I will get this finished off. But that is pretty much most of the cards there. These are all V2, V6, H, L, I. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there it is. I thought it was. Now I seen it now. Now I see that this one is a serialized short print one too. In it, the introductions, that's a gold, and that's a 3 out of 10 on that one. So that's what I forgot to do there. I usually put it in a sleeve like that for those, and a top loader. But that one is a numbered short print 3 out of 10 for that Spencer Torkelson gold. In case you wondered, Spencer Torkelson gold prism. There, so let me put these back here for now. I'm going to put that backwards so it'll remind me it's a gold and it's a serialized. Let me set these up in the page here. I'm going to take this one out of this binder and putting it in the other one. That In It to Win It is a special one. It's not a serialized, but it's a short print for sure. take that out of here. This bag. This one here. That's got to go in a different binder, actually, for the subsets. The ones I have in that. Oh, my wife was on the phone. Somebody must have called her. Now she's back to vacuuming. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that. Cards in my car with Arposada. Did you just pop in? You did just pop in here. Or were you lurking in the background? Were you lurking in the background? But you can watch the replay. We just went through this set here. I was a little bit late in coming on live, but we are almost an hour into the live. So in about a minute, I'm going to do our 2-minute warning. So if you're hanging out to the last 2 minutes of the live stream, you can get some free entries into hold on. I gotta put this back up here so I don't forget. I moved it out of the way for the stream. Put my scale back up here. That's for weighing my stuff when I ship things out. I gotta move that up. Okay. So let's see. I gotta do that for my new Hall of Famer listing. Let me set this off to the side here for now so I can update my Master Hall of Fame list for 2023. And we're almost there. Almost at the 2-minute warning. Let me put this back and put this one on top because we're going to do the next part of the two-part mosaic on Thursday. That'll be our Throwback Thursday. I'm going to do my Prism set for 2021 Panini Mosaic. I've been here. Oh, no, that's fine air cards in my car. Appreciate that. So I am giving everybody the 2-minute warning now. So within this 2-minute warning, whoever does a live chat, starting right now, as I'm refreshing my stream here. So if you put a chat in the chat room for our last 2 minutes, you can get 2 free entries. If you were here at the beginning and the end, you'll get a bonus entry, so you'll get 3. So we got 7 thumbs up. We got how many people watching? I don't know. 3, only 3 viewers. So, but nobody's chatting yet. So if you do a chat, like a goodbye or something like that, we'll take care of you there. We'll get you some free entries in the January giveaway. And by the way, I believe we're only a few right when? Right when? Right now. I thought you were lurking about in the background there, Jason. So we got Lockin. $99. We got Cards in My Car. Okay, that gives us 4 entries right now. Got till 7 p.m. on the nose. Once my computer says 7 to 10 in the chat, that will be the very last entry. Or 6:10. 6:10 on the East Coast time. It's Mr. Fab. Good night, everyone. Thanks for popping in here, Mr. Fab. Appreciate you, brother. Leave me a comment on one of my videos, and I'll be sure I check out your channel. I believe we might be on each other's bus, but I don't know for sure. But it's Mr. Fab. You just got 2 free entries in my end of month giveaway. Good night, everyone. Mr. F-A-B. If you return for at least a week or so, You could become part of the Blue Wrench crowd too. All right, we got 609, 609. Get a couple more chats going in the chat so I know when to end the freebies. You can always earn extra entries or get or buy entries. Every dollar in a super chat gives you 1 entry on the wheel. If you do $5 super chat, you get 5 entries. You will be back Thursday, Don? Oh yeah, well no, I'll be here tomorrow for my Are You Ready for Some Football? And then I will be doing another one on Thursday. It'll be the 2021 Panini Mosaic Prism set that I put together. So yeah, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, usually at 2 p.m. But today I got on late because my computer was being goofy. My computer was being very, very strange. There, I'll make my picture a little bit bigger so you can kind of see me in the background there. Boom, all right, cards in my car. Okay, I will see you tomorrow as well. All right there, Robert, appreciate that. So Lockin 99, you have +3. Cards in my car, you get 2. And it's Mr. Fab gets 2 entries, so that gives a total of 7. And I believe that'll give us 151 entries. So we have now made it to tier number 6. 6 prizes is going to be given away at the end of the month next Tuesday. Next Tuesday for our end of month giveaway. So I will get your names added onto my wheel of names. And this has been Don Blomdahl, Hall of Fame veteran, sports cards and collectibles in Arlington, Washington. Having been live to you with Take It Back Tuesday to 2021 Panini Mosaic Complete Set Review. So other than that, you all take care. Have a wonderful and blessed day out there. And we will see you all around the channels, okay? Again, if you're new to the channel, I'll try and check out It's Mr. Fab, but I think I might be on his bus. Well, we got 7 thumbs up. Made it to 7, not too bad. Tomorrow, I think we'll open up that last box of Heritage. We'll open up this last box of Heritage from Jason. Our high number after Are You Ready for Some Football? As long as everything goes right tomorrow, we're not running late. Because tomorrow's Wednesday. It's a church night. So other than that, y'all take care. Have a wonderful and blessed day. And we will see you all around the channels. Bye for now. Take care. And thanks for putting up with me starting late today.